This is Chris White, here for Professor Moon's 1 o'clock class of the study of American food, and here to show you my first ever 3D print of a chocolate chip cookie. So here you go. For you first look at it, just a fair warning, the paint is still drying, which is why it kind of looks the way it does, but it's pretty small. If you want a comparison, like here's my hand. So it's a pretty small cookie, but that's why I made it smaller at first, just in case it didn't come out the way I wanted it to, so I could print it again. I didn't want to be waiting like 50 minutes each time to print. So the reason I chose the food that I chose the cookie is I've always loved dessert and sweets, chocolate, candy, cake, anything like that. But my favorite's always been cookies, and to be more specific, it's always been chocolate chip cookies. And so that's really the main motivation was behind choosing my item. The other one was that I thought it'd be pretty simple. My first thought was I would just print a circle and then paint on the chips, but after going in and kind of messing with Thinkertab and 3D printing, I was able to find out that I could raise the chips, which you can kind of tell. They are actually raised up. The chocolate chips are. I noticed it didn't quite come out as round as I wanted it to. The edges are a little indented, if you will. Right here you can tell, but it's pretty round, and that was nice. If I go back, I would definitely make it a little bit bigger. But for my first print, like I said, I'm not too disappointed about it. My hardest part, honestly, with the whole thing was the painting of this. And that's probably because of my lack of artistic abilities, but also just because I had trouble with the raised chocolate chips. Because what would happen was I first painted it brown, and then I went into the chips, but the brown paint and the black paint from the chips, like you can kind of tell right here, just kind of started smearing. So I think if I could go back again, I would paint the whole thing brown and let it dry for much longer than I did. I think I'd be able to get a better result, but I still think it looks pretty good, all things considered. This is still wet paint, so it'll look a little different when it dries, but more or less the same. Hopefully I'm hoping it's a little bit of a lighter brown to it, kind of almost the cardboard color. So my decision making in choosing to print was, again, I've never printed anything before. I didn't even know we had a 3D printing lab till like a month ago when we started this assignment. So I didn't want to print anything that would be kind of confusing for me and be really hard to paint, because I knew I was not a very artistic person. So that's really why cookie was great, because it's just a circle. And that's why my main process in choosing what I was printing was. Some things that I also considered was a hot dog or a hamburger. That would have been kind of cool. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'm a fan of it. I like the cookie. The experience of printing was pretty good. Flowed pretty well. When I got there were 2 other people in there, so I had to wait a little to get onto a printer. But as soon as I was able to get onto one of the printers, it was very easy. It took about 20-25 minutes to print this, and then probably 10 to 15 to paint it. I still might go over with one more layer of paint right here, and to try and get like these chocolate chips to be a little better. But if they're different sizes, I'm not too concerned, because I think a lot of times when you bake cookies like this, the chips come out in different sizes. But yeah, overall, I thought I was going to be in there for a lot longer than I was. I thought it was going to be like everyone's was taking 45 minutes to an hour, and you just have to keep waiting and waiting, but it was much smoother than I thought. The only thing I would like to change about it was maybe, to make the printing a little more, maybe have more computers or more printers, just so if there were a lot of people, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But yeah, once again, that's my cookie. I'll show you a couple more times, a couple of different angles of it. The raised chocolate chips, and this has been Chris White in Professor Moon's study of history of American food studies. I hope you enjoyed, and have a good day.